Right, James, good morning.
Hello.
Why do you want to study film production at UCLan?
When I was there, when I went over to UCLan, they gave this great impression that they give writers, they give directors a massive amount of creative freedom, especially with very edgier sort of topics within film. I mean, when we were over there, they showed us this short film someone made about a guy trying to get more awareness for AIDS, but then the people he was working with, the production company he was working with, turned it into a musical. And I think that's both both bringing forth that bit of comedy into it, but then it's still about that sort of edgy topic. Plus, they have all the equipment. When I was there, I was very nerdy and drooling over the sound desk and all this other stuff that they had, and that is important because, well, to me especially, because it's allowing me to bring what I have in my head, onto the physical side of it. I think so, at least. So that's why I'd like to study film production at UCLan.
Could you describe for me a memorable moment in your life and what its impact was upon you?
There was a moment 2 years ago now. It was the summer between when I was in high school and when I was starting college, 2014. And I was doing NCS, it was that whole government programme thing.
Sure.
But the first week we were out in the middle of nowhere in Durham in this little cottage YMCA type thing. 30 people, I hardly know any of them.
Fine.
And there was one night, everyone was hanging out in different places. I was just sort of by myself, and I went upstairs, and in this corridor that was upstairs, there was a small group of people, and they were just hanging out listening to music. So I thought, why not? I'll just hang out with these guys for a bit. And eventually, as time went on, the song "Hallelujah" came on,
Right.
and everyone just shut up, perfectly just shut up, and we all started listening to "Hallelujah." Thing is, when the chorus came around, everyone just started singing it. No reason. I didn't know any of these people. There were about 6 or 7 people there that I never met, never talked to before. Then even the couple of days we were there already, and we were just sat there singing this great song, "Not a Care in the World." It was fantastic, and I actually remember the day after that. I was in my bed and there was a click in the morning, and I got on my notebook and started scribbling ideas down for a movie based around the whole song, really.
If you were to be given, say, for example, a £20,000 budget to make a short film, what would you make?
I think I would make the Hallelujah movie, as I call it, yeah, because that song was such an impact for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ideas that I have, that would be not necessarily the easiest to make, but it would be a good starting point to make.
And could you do it within that budget?
I think I could.
Yeah.
It's a very good story, I think. It's not like massively sci-fi or fantasy. It's very much a sort of real-life kind of film. It's very much real-life kind of drama.
What sorts of locations would you need?
Oh, God. Not a lot, really. Like a few houses and an office or two. Most importantly, a bar, actually.
Right. Always crucial.
No, of course. But these 5 people, they come together in a bar, and obviously towards the end, Hallelujah comes on, and you realise it all relates to these different people.
Essential stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent. Could you describe for me the existing a film scene from an existing film that you would most like to have been a part of, and why?
I think I had a good think about this, actually. There's a good 2 or 3 films that I'd like to have been a part of.
Sure, there are many,
yeah, of course. But I think one scene in one particular film would be the scene in Breakfast Club where they're sat in the semicircle.
Oh, yeah.
Sat on the floor in the semicircle, because what not a lot of people realise is that scene was heavily improvised by the actors. John Hughes sort of gave him the outlines for what he wanted to happen in that scene, and so I just let him run with it.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
And I would have loved to have been a part of that, because it shows not only how well the actors acted and brought that into it, but it shows how well of a director John Hughes must have had to been to let them do that.
Very much.
I mean, I think there must have been some point where he's like behind the camera going, get that shot, pan around there. And I would have loved to have been a part of that.